Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of CR Exposed. On today's episode we are looking at the many snake-haired monstrosity known as Medusa. Thanks to the YouTube channel members, you can also vote and cast your opinion. They have selected this monster out of 4 potential options. Those options will be changing by the time we go into November, and then there'll be a whole new set of monsters to choose from. Hopefully we'll be recovering all of the 2025 monsters over time. And if you'd like to see more monsters than once a week, come support me. Join the channel, join Patreon, really join Patreon because I'll be able to interact with you more there. And, the more support I can get, the more quickly I can transition to actually doing this full time and bringing more monsters and fixing the monsters for you to have a better game of D&D 5th edition. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at, or try not to look at, Medusa here and see if their stats actually work out to the CR6 like they're supposed to be. So we're going to start right off the top with an AC 15. They are medium. The medium is only important for the hit points, and technically you don't even need that. The fact that they give you the a formula there doesn't matter. You can just select hit points from the column you want and go from there and adjust it. So the dice and the size don't matter anymore. They matter for the calculations of the chart. I could put in a different version that doesn't require it and just select a hit point range from there. It would be a totally different tool though. In any event, let's go ahead and verify the Medusa's hit points with 17 d8, and then we will add in the stats here. So we're going to have 10 strength, 17 dexterity, 16 constitution, 12 intelligence, 13 wisdom, and 15 charisma. As I said before, this is a CR6 monster, so we're going to adjust that here because it's important for the tool to have that for various different reasons. From there, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the features area. Right now we only have skills, senses, and languages. None of these matter. And we can just move right past these and into the actions and bonus actions. Looking at the actions, we can see that our Medusa has a multi-attack of 2 claw attacks and 1 snake hair attack, or it can make 3 poison ray attacks. With that, we're going to go ahead and start putting in all of our information. At the moment, I'm seeing that our claw, snake hair, and poison ray have a difference of 6, 6, and 5, so we're just going to leave the 2 hit chances here at a 6, since that's basically the average. And the average is also coming from dexterity. I'm not entirely sure why we have a 5. I guess the poison ray is working off of charisma in essence. If we were actually to use a stat that is giving us the bonuses here, that's the only one that kind of makes sense. Beyond that, we're going to go ahead and start putting in our dice. We have 2d6 plus dexterity for our claw attack, and then the snake hair has 1d4 plus the dexterity as well to give us 5.5. We drop the 5 just for the sakes of printing. And then also 46 poison, so we're looking at a pretty strong snake hair attack. And then our poison ray is going to be 2d8 plus 2, giving us an 11. From there, we're going to go ahead and start moving all of our multi-attacks into the workspace section here. So we're going to see that the claw is going to be 10 points of damage. And then our hair snake attack is going to be the initial bite plus the poison damage of 19.5, which is a very strong attack. And then we just simply have 11 for the poison ray attack. Now the next thing to do is do our multi-attacks, and we have 2 claw attacks, so we'll take the 10 times 2 and add in the 19.5 for a total of 39.5. And then lastly, we have our poison ray attacks, and we'll take the 11 times it by 3, and we end up with 33 or 39.5. Now, in essence, we can also take the average of both of these attacks. Even though we can't combine them, it's good to take that average because we don't know if we're going to be doing range damage or if we're going to be doing melee damage here. So getting that average of the two is going to be a good way to kind of get a rough idea of where the Medusa's melee capabilities are going to be. So let's go ahead and drop those in for now. We're going to take, let's see here, we're going to say round down, average, and then we'll just drop in these 2 numbers here for our cells and features. And we'll end up with 36 damage on average, which obviously is right in the middle of 33 and 39. Now we can go ahead and drop the 39 into our concentration area because that's all we're doing. We're either melee attacking or we're ranged attacking. And we'll see what we get from there. Now at the moment, we are looking at a defensive CR of 4, an offensive CR of 5, giving us technically a 4.5. But we haven't put in our bonus action yet of Petrifying Gaze, which we only get 1 round of, actually. Let's take a look at what the Petrifying Gaze has to say here, and that's going to be a con save, DC 13, each creature in a 30-foot cone. And on a failure, the target has restrained condition and repeats the save at the end of its next turn if it's still restrained, ending the effect on a success. The second failure, the creature is then petrified. We're going to gather 2 potential targets here. One is going to be restrained, one's going to be petrified. We always calculate for about 2 characters worth. So for restrained, we can just see that we can use the constrict or AC bonus in the monster traits above. We're going to go ahead just for simplicity's sake and throw in a 1 here for 1 target being restrained. We could also do the constrict as the tool suggests. And then we are also going to add in the paralyzed. And the paralyzed is going to last more than 1 round, and we can just use it for 1 minute. So this is going to add an additional 23 hit points worth of information here. Now let's go ahead and move back up to see where our items are landing in the chart here. Hi everyone, Future Andrew here. As you're watching this video, I had to cut in after recording and editing the video to tell you that I clicked the wrong button. As you'll see down here, initially I had clicked Paralyzed, which only added 23 effective hit points for 1 target. In all actuality, I should have clicked Petrified, which adds a lot more hit points, effective hit points to the Medusa. What that actually does is that with all of Medusa's attacks and items in place, we're actually seeing a CR7 monster, so actually much higher due to the fact that there's more effective hit points. What does this mean for the later on fix? Well, you won't see that anymore because that fix is now null and void. The new fix is basically you still want to get someone petrified. It looks like the petrified is unbreakable. You can't get rid of it after so much time, and you'll need to do something to clear the petrification from Medusa as a quest arc, mini quest or something, or a side quest, and then come back to it later on. So the fix is to actually drop Medusa's hit points from a CR 17 to a 13, which then brings our Medusa to a CR 6 properly and still a tank playstyle. And now back to the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the, supporter-only comments later in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Want to go beyond the videos and join the discussion? Become a YouTube member or Patreon supporter today. You'll get to hang out in our private Discord, get exclusive videos, and even vote on future content. Click the link in the description to get started.